Hello and welcome back to our continuing adventures on the Let's Defend platform. Today we are taking a whack at the free, easy, incident responder path-based bash script challenge. We're given a sample file on the Linux VM desktop inside of challenge file folder. Sample.7zip, password to extract is infected like most of all the samples end up being. I have already pulled it over to my Windows device. Let's see, what's the background? The SOC team uncovered a suspicious bash script linked to a critical Hadoop YARN cluster that handled large-scale data processing. This script was flagged for further investigation by an L1 SOC analyst who suspected it could be a potential breach. You have been tasked to analyze the bash script to uncover its intent. And how many questions? Let's see. What is the path set to the standard output log file? Which environment variable specifies the Java home directory? What is the value of nm underscore http underscore port environmental variable? What directory is set as the local underscore dirs environment variable? The script executes a line at the end of it. What is it? Which command is used to create a copy of the launch script? What command is executed to determine the directory contents? And what IP address is used for downloading a script from the remote server? So like I said, I've already pulled the file over, grabbed it, dumped it inside of VirusTotal like anything else. And so we get Trojan, Downloader, Miner for the threat categories. Now mind you, because I know this Hadoop YARN cluster doesn't actually exist, that's why it immediately goes inside of here just to take a look and see what else shakes out. What you would need to be mindful of for any of the public sandboxes or VirusTotal would be, you could take the hash and then submit the file. But if you submit the file's up there for anybody that has an enterprise license to potentially hunt, find it, pull it down, and then potentially go through and have any other information that might have been dumped in there. So I suppose I should probably get out of that particular habit for these particular challenges. But in your 9 to 5, you would not do this. You would check hash first. And then if you have a private instance, then go through and pop that stuff in. But that's neither here nor there. So let's take a look at the script itself, and we will see about trying to answer some questions. Assuming I can find Notepad++ in this whole thing. Oh, yeah, I can, but, oh, dear Lord, that's kind of bad. It's huge, ginormous, just all over the place, just making a mess. Okay. So let's transition this in. That covers everything up. Let's see. For this, we have word wrap. Okay. And then what's the... I need to make it bigger. To try to make it a little bit more. So she just, what was it? Just Control Plus? No. What is it to zoom in? Oh, Control Num or Control Mouse Wheel up. Okay, so yes, okay. There, I make it a little bit easier to take a look at. Okay. Bin bash set, pipe fail, E, pre-launch out, exec. So execute pre-launch out, pre-launch error. Setting up environment variables, Java home, Hadoop common home, Hadoop HDFS home, conf. Okay. So I guess let's go back and what's the very first thing? What is the path set to the standard output log file? Standard output log file. So how about export logders? So it looks like that would be /root/apps/hadoop -3.2.2/logs, user logs, application, bleh, container, bleh. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of fun with that. Okay, so let's see. We gotta take Notepad, capture away, transition the screen back over, and let's see as to whether or not if we're in the general ballpark here. No, we're not, but we're very close to the right answer, supposedly. Really? They don't want the dash or the double quote. So let's see, application, container, and then 4 numbers. Something dot something. So I mean, we're supposedly close. Supposedly. So root apps Hadoop 3.2 logs, user logs. So far it seems like that fits. Application underscore series of numbers underscore 4 numbers. That's about the middle of that. And then we get container underscore numbers underscore 4 numbers underscore 2 numbers underscore, is that 2, 4, 6? But then we still got a slash. Where it looks like something dot. Wait, is it directory info? All right. Look for a variable assignment related to the standard output log file, possibly involving pre-launch out. And as I'm looking at this, yes, export pre-launch underscore or error. But why would that be the standard? Really? Even with all that, that's still no. So I'm taking a look at this and I thought, okay, pre-launch dot since they're basically talking about the fact that, but they want launch out as in output, as in, let me guess, it's not it's out. Yep. So you're not gonna, okay, so just trust, okay, there we go. Pre-launch out. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit trickier than just straight outright because my whole aspect, and let me bring the thing back. Logdir. Although I suppose it's right. Okay, that specifies the directory. That's not specifying though what the actual log file itself is. And they are indeed asking for standard output log file. Okay. Now, mind you, I'm doing this early morning and I have not finished my coffee yet, so give me a little bit of slack. Okay. Next question is which environment variable specifies the Java home directory? And I thought there was, oh yeah, Java underscore home. Right here. And you can verify that because basically it started talking about JVM, so Java Virtual Machine, Java Runtime Environment, and I think it's usually like 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, somewhere within there, at least near the ass end of 2024, I believe. So that should be Java underscore home. At least that one's simple. Yeah, watch. I'm going to get that one wrong. Laugh. I mean, more so than what I already am. Okay, now we're moving on to the third question. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Even in my caffeine lacked brain. What is the value of the nm underscore http underscore port environment variable? Okay, well, that's just simple. Excuse me. Find the variable right there. And copy and paste. So this is over port 8042. At least that's simple. What directory is set as the local DIRS environment variable? Local directories. So /root/apps/Hadoop data/nm-lr-dir/user cache/doctor.who app cache application underscore numbers underscore 4002. Of course, we're assuming that's right, and I think it is by the way that everything looks like it would line up. Let's find out though. Really? You didn't copy? Why not? Why for you do this? Yes, okay. A script executes at the A line at the end of it. So what is the script that executes at the very end of the bash file? And we're looking at something dash single option. So it looks like, so are they doing, is it 5 characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 characters is what they want. And then we start getting into single dashes. Granted, there are no single dashes in this line of code, but it's at the very end. So it's calling curl to pull down XMS. And I'm assuming if curl doesn't work, wget or lwp-download. So they're basically trying to do a bunch of different stuff to output it to tmp/xms to execute it, and then remove tmp-xms. And then we have, no, that's all still the very last line, where it's doing base 64, it's decoding it. Because this looks like it ends. Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Because I'm going to want to decode that base 64 and see what's going on there. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. What command is used to create a copy of the launch script? So copying is done with cp. So it looks like cp space launch container.sh. Oh, no, they don't want they just want to know the actual command to do the copy by the looks of it. So copying is cp, moving is mv. What command is executed to determine the directory contents? That's usually an ls command on Linux. And in that case, that looks to be correct. ls-l, which is just after the cp. So ls space -l. What IP address is used for downloading a script for the remote server? And that's going to be effectively where we're trying to puzzle over that middle question. So that IP address is going to be, we'll have to get rid of the dash XMS, but should be 209.141.40.190. Should. Yes. Okay, now comes the fun part. CyberChef. And so I'm going to grab the base 64 string at the bottom of the script. Okay, anytime now. All right, let me pause the recording. Okay, a few refreshes later and everything just managed to work. I'm assuming it's probably due to the VPN that I'm on. So, I'll make this bigger. So again, what we're doing is we are taking the base 64 string, so the highlighted section down there at the very ass end of line 48. So we get the whole aspect of that it tries different methods to go through and pull down this XMS file, which it's like if we take this and we just be insanely mean to everything. Where's duplicate? There it is. Let's put that address in and see as to whether or not if we can see what this was supposed to be. I mean, I had to guess by XMS, probably like a full-blown Bitcoin miner, given the other detections that have gone with from that bash script. All malware, phishing, last analysis date a year ago. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And then we get the body, so 8.4, which is different than the modified bash script. So it's a shell exploit supposedly for CVE 2014 3931. Linux coin miner. But if we go back and this is why they didn't make any sort of sense trying to figure out what else was going on, because we were asked, script executes a line at the end of it. And I was trying to sit there and, okay, what? Bin bash -c and then everything else into it? No, it's the base 64. Take that, decrypt it into, so Python -c, single quote, which is what we were looking for, import. And so it goes out and executes a d.py and reads it. So we now have another IP, or another payload to take a look at. So if we duplicate this yet again, wait for everything to load back up. We paste that sucker in. Okay, do you have this in here? Probably about from another year ago. Yes, from another year ago. 12 out of 90. But if we go and take a look, can we take, yes, we can. And if the d.py was pulled down and executed at least a year ago, what type of engines would have detected it? Avast, AVG, Kaspersky, Dr. Web. Oh, 3 years ago. Oh, let's ask for a reanalysis. Bus, 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 bus. No bus. I suppose I should probably be patient. Okay. 19 out of 64 now. So if this thing was still live, I don't know if it is. Yeah, okay. So we got decent amount of the quote-unquote major-esque players. So Kaspersky still. You've got Google. You've got ESET, Amisoft, Dr. Web, Bitdefender. Okay, so it gets better. Let's ask for a reanalysis now as opposed to two of them. Yeah, looks like this is gone through its paces and finally detected a lot more. Thank God for that. Although still kind of sad that only roughly a little over half. But I mean, it is what it is. Obsidian, relax. Okay, so anyways, so we take the base 64, we dump it into CyberChef from at the very end of that line 48. Again, how do we know that it's base 64 or at least some sort of base? Because it's using a equal sign at the end of it to denote padding. And so we end up with a Python space -c space single quote import URL lib colon exec URL lib dot URL open our 209.141.40.190 address for d.py and reads. And then so if we go back and pop that in and submit, bing, bang, boom, we win. Too late to get on the scoreboard, but again, that's not why I do this. So yeah, easy because most of the stuff is there. The base 64, that should be considered fairly common knowledge in regards to how to decode that. As a hint, for one of the, what is it, the learning paths, did you know that base 64 encoding can be used in particular, like say, network captures for a particular set of questions around malware analysis that direct you to any.run. I'll leave that there. Giving you the answer without so much giving you the answer. But, so there we go. It wasn't too bad. Less than 30 minutes of time all the way around, including a couple of pauses to wait for things to catch up. So there we go. This has been the easy and free challenge on the Let's Defend platform called Bash Script. So hopefully it's been educational and the like. Enough waffling. And with that being said, I will see everybody in the next video.